What's up, everybody? I'm the Retro Nerd, and welcome to another episode of It's 7:09 p.m., but that's not the time you all care about, because you guys know what time I'm going to shout out loud, and I want you to shout it out with me. You guys ready? It's about time, because it's Clobberin time! That's right, it's another episode of It's Clobberin time, and this time around we are playing Soul Blade for the PlayStation. One of the original PlayStation games that came out, back in the day. Maybe like a couple months after PlayStation was already out, this came out. I know it's part of the Greatest Hits collection as well. That's the one I found was the Greatest Hits collection. But you're probably wondering, what the fuck is Soul Blade? Well, Soul Blade is the first game in the series of Soul Calibur. This, they called it Soul Blade first before they switched over to Soul Calibur, along with, the first Soul Calibur, then Soul Calibur 2, Soul Calibur 3, now we're up to like 6, I think. But pretty much this is the roots of the game. This is where the story begins, about the soul edges, the soul blades, blah blah blah, But you got a lot of famous characters in this game. You got Mitsurugi, you got Cervantes, you got Voldo. Who else? I think Taki's in here as well. Sofita. I'm trying to think of who else is in here. But yeah, pretty much, these are Siegfried. Can't forget Siegfried. He's a big part. This is before he's Nightmare. Because he doesn't become Nightmare until about Soul Calibur time. But anyways, yeah, so Soul Blade, first game in the series, you got some of the most famous characters that are in here, and then, some of them went on to Soul Calibur and Soul Calibur 2 and through the rest of the series as well. And some of the characters you didn't get to see until like maybe part 2 or part 3 again, and like returning characters from the Soul Blade series, and you're just like, whatever happened to these characters? Oh, we got rid of them because we invented these new characters like Keelik and Maxi and stuff like that. So seeing some of these characters and then not seeing some of the characters, you're just like, this is supposed to be a Soul Calibur game, or is like Maxi and Keelik? Because they're staples now. They're like some of the main stars. But you're gonna get what you get in this game, because this is where it began. And so the premise of the game is still pretty much the same as all the Soul Caliburs have been. For it being like a PlayStation 1 game, it was actually done pretty well. I mean, I can't believe that they pretty much have the basics down for what the Soul Calibur games are now more famous for. The backgrounds and stuff look bland. The music's still awesome. The characters and the fighting is still good. You still have to be strategic about it, and stuff like that. You gotta know the moves, know how to bust them out and all that stuff. But it was still fun. I still had fun with this game, even though considering it's really old compared to the Soul Calibur games where they have now polished graphics and all that. But for this was cool. This was done really well. They did it really awesome. The characters look great, because I've seen some PlayStation 1 fighting games where the characters look like shit. Some of the Virtua Fighter games, the characters look like shit. This looks good. The characters are detailed. I mean, yeah, they look blocky and stuff like that, but I mean, they put detail in the costumes for the characters. Some of them look bland and just but some of them look downright awesome because they took some time and detail into it, and it looks really good for a PlayStation 1 game. Like I said, the music's great, the fighting is great, the button prompts and combination and all that stuff, great. Movement's nice, easy, just like a Soul Calibur game should be. But like I said, this is the first one, so for them getting it right off the back, that's good. That's great. Because now they're like, pretty much with the Soul Blade game, they were like, alright, we got good the first time around, now we just improve upon that. And some games can't get that right. It's just simple movement. But they did well. They did awesome, and this game is really good. So I highly recommend it. I got my copy at a thrift store. I think I only paid like $7.99 for it. It's not an expensive game because of, you know, like the original, you know, came out, and then since it went to the greatest hits series for the PlayStation 1, that kind of diminished the value of the game because of it. Because the greatest hits series are $20 games, you know, back in the day. I mean, they still have that stuff. They have like platinum hits for the Xbox. PlayStation still has greatest hits, and Nintendo has player choice. But they're like their most popular games, the games that sold so many copies, and then they're like, okay, we're gonna put them out for $20. So it's a second re-release of the game. So yeah, so with the greatest hits being like that, they did this with Soul Blade, it diminished the value a little bit of Soul Blade for like collectors, because that means more copies of the game are out there. Now if there's like a game, now if they released it and the game didn't do so well and only so many copies were released, and then pretty much the stores that had the game in stock had to reship them back to the company, which was Namco at the time, before they went Bandai Namco. That means the company would have the games, and only so many people in different countries would have the game, so that would drive the price up because it's rare, it's hard to find. But since it had a second re-release, the price has gone down. So you're looking about anywhere from $10 to $20 for it, which is worth it for a good fighting game, especially one on the PlayStation. It's hard to find good fighting games on the PlayStation. Because you got this, and you got Tekken pretty much, you know. Any of the Tekkens are good. Probably Tekken 3 is the best. So you got this and Tekken 3. And if you can... first Soul Calibur was on Dreamcast, and the second one was... Yeah. First Soul Calibur was on Dreamcast, so good luck finding that, because that's hard to find, and find a working fucking Dreamcast as well. But anyways, guys, I've been the Retro Nerd. I've been rambling on too much, talking about prices and stuff like that. Just trying to clue you into why this game probably won't be high priced for you. But anyways, guys, I've been the Retro Nerd. This has been an episode of It's Clobberin Time! And we were playing Soul Blade for the PlayStation 1. Awesome fighting game. Highly recommend go and play it, especially if you like the Soul Calibur games. But anyways, guys, Retro Nerd out.
Knockout. The grueling battle ends with the victor. You lose. Will you challenge the enemy again? 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. The legend will never die.